Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects from start to finish with easy to follow guides. And so I thought let's just have a Facebook Live that has like a purpose for me this week. So I'm going to give a friend of mine the perpetual calendar kit, backwards, there we go. The perpetual calendar kit from Stampin' Up, which if you have not seen this kit is an awesome kit. But I wanted to give them, so it's for her birthday, and I wanted to give her a card to go on my present. And you know, Stampin' Up just had those two birthday kits, like the bags and the cards, but they're very like, bright and colorful, and so I wanted a card to match my gift. So I thought let's pull out one of the new kits for February. So this kit came out this month, and it is now I have to find somewhere to put that because I can't have that big box and this box down in my space. But so there is a new kit, and it came while I was away, and it's called the Heirloom Arrangements Kit. And so this is a little bit different, but when I looked at it, I thought, oh, that's kind of a really good companion card to go with the perpetual calendar that I'm giving as a gift. So let's play with this kit today. So I'm going to add my desk in here. If you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Make sure to say hello as you pop on. Let us know where you are watching from. That is some of my favorite. That's always my favorite. One of my favorite parts, because people are watching from all over the world. So let's just put me up in the corner so you can actually see what I've got here. And yes, I do think we're going to need a little bit more light. Let me just. You don't need to see my keyboard. But we're in the winter season here, right? So it's like dark, and so we quite often need to add some more light. I should close those scissors, or I will cut myself, I'm sure, at some point. Okay, so this, like I said, is a new kit from Stampin' Up. It was just released this month. So it's called Heirloom Arrangements Kit, and it's a little bit different. And I thought, let's just play with it because it is a little bit different, and it also coordinates with the nicely, I think, if I'm giving my girlfriend that perpetual calendar. So, right, there's a whole bunch of kits from Stampin' Up. I would say very easily, with a lot of confidence, that Stampin' Up does kits very well. They've been at it for a little while. Maybe that's a little bit better. No, it's still kind of dark. Let's turn on another light. They've been at it for a while, and I feel like they've kind of got some good things figured out, right? So, and there's different kinds of kits too, right? Hey, Cynthia. There's kits that are a little bit easier, right? That you don't need to stamp or anything with. You can just add like a pre-printed sentiment on. There's craft kits, there's card kits. Like there's all sorts of fun things to do there. There's like some that are like 3D projects. There's some you can hang on the wall. So if you've not checked out the kit section from Stampin' Up, I would highly recommend that you go and click on that tab next time you're on the website. If you're in Canada and interested in using some products, I would love if you would shop with me. And my Stampin' Up website is www.chrisrobertson.stampinup.net. But so let's play a little bit with this kit, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how this is then kind of a really different kit and kind of fun. So lots of the kits are like they give you the kit, you have the pieces, you assemble them, and you're done. This kit is a little bit different in that you're supposed to play with it and kind of use a little bit of creativity, but everything already goes together. You can also just assemble it how they have it designed. So there are card examples inside for you to use. I was just actually looking for the product number, but I don't see it right now. I'll add like the product number and description in a comment after the video. But so like the other ones, they do give you some examples here, right? So you can follow along exactly how they are. So there are two examples of like right from beginning to end on assembling the cards. Hey, Tara. And then there are some like inspiration photos, or you can kind of just mix and match as you go. So, because I think there's 4 different card-based colors. So like you can just really have some fun with this. So as always, right, there's the instructions, the colors that coordinate. There's a whole bunch of colors that coordinate. And so it's like basic black, blueberry bushel, Cajun craze, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, daffodil delight, garden green, old olive, pecan pie, pretty in pink, and pretty peacock. So the components of the kit, it contains 8 cards and envelopes, and that's what all it says. So let's look at some of the other things. So the ink spot for this one is pecan pie. I did grab my big one. So I literally only opened it this morning to take my photograph for like the little thumbnail for my video. So you get your block and your double-sided tape, and then there's dimensionals. There's your stamp set here, right? And then you get the little like cheater sheet so you can actually see it. So this is really pretty, right? I love the little grid that's like distressed. And then there's a really pretty, I'm going to say butterfly. It could be a moth. I'm not really like very good on my insects. But then it says, so the little sentiments say, thankful and grateful. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you for you. I feel lucky to have you. Now, I said I needed birthday cards, right? So I am not going to probably use a sentiment, but I did grab a couple of other stamp sets that I'm going to add to this kit so that I can turn it into a birthday card. So there is a sheet of embellishment. There's a sheet of vellum that has some pretty florals on it. Okay. Then there are a bunch of punch aparts. So, and the difference with this one is, right, like lots of times if they say this is like a 4-card kit, we'll use 4 cards as an example. You would have like 4 of these, 1 for each card. This kit doesn't work like that. It's like a mix and match. You put it together how you want to put it together. There's not multiples of things, I don't think. Now watch, I'm going to be wrong. But like, for example, there's 2 of these. They're just different colors, right? So there's a little mix and match. Here are these are beautiful. Some of the florals, some of the butterflies, some more florals. And if you actually go onto the Stampin' Up Facebook page, the artist that did the watercolors for this kit did it wasn't like an interview, but like they launched the kit kind of, and they talked about it because, you know, I've started to play with the Stampin' Up challenges. So it's like, if you search it, it's like hashtag Creative Challenge SU. And this kit has to do with the challenge this month. So they kind of like launched the challenge, right? So she showed actually some of her original watercolor pieces that then they get digitized, right, and made into product. So there's lots of tags and labels in different colors and color combinations and different pieces, right? So we have those to play with. There's 2 different envelopes. So there's one with like the graph paper that matches like that stamp set, right? And then this one looks like distressed newspapery looking. So there are 8 envelopes, 4 of each. And then there's 4 different card bases. So there's 2 of each. So there's these really pretty pink ones with like the little text on them. And then there's like, I'm assuming this is like the Pretty Peacock version of that. And then there's that distressed graph paper in pink. There's 2 of those. And then there's that distressed graph paper, but like in crumb cake. And there are 2 of those. I think one of mine just got stuck to the other one. So 2 like that. Okay, so then I said, but I wanted to create birthday cards. So we might not use these, but the stamping would fit on there, obviously. So I grabbed a couple of different stamp sets here. So I thought that the Delightful Wishes would go really well with this kit, right? And they're trying to also encourage you to mix and match things. So because they kind of put everything all together, let's just jazz it up a little bit. So I did do some die cutting beforehand so that they would be dry. But so this is fun, right? In this Delightful Wishes in the bundle, you can get the stamp set and then the dies. So I use these 2 dies that say wishing, and then the little label here. So I think there's actually 2. You guys have seen me use these before. I used them actually relatively recently. I think on a scrapbooking layout though. Oh no, there's only 1. I thought there was a shorter one too. But then these are all like the florals. And then there's some good sentiments on here, right? So you can make like a double layered sentiment, right? So it says like wishing you all the best, wishing you were here, wishing you lots of love, wishing you well. There's also just the stamp set, or stamp. So if you didn't want to use the dies, you could actually just stamp the image. So and then there's obviously one that says, wishing you a happy birthday. So that's the one I'm going to use today. But that I did do these beforehand because there was glue involved and I wanted it to dry before we started messing around with some other stuff. Then another stamp set that I thought would go really well with this kit would be the Elements of Text. So I have grabbed it. I'm not sure if I'll use it today or not, but I did grab it and it would actually complement this really well. And this is one of those, like, I would say staple stamps, right? Perfect for lots of different occasions. I don't know what is wrong with my camera my computer got lifted up and so my camera's not in the same spot. So, but what I thought we would do is there was one in here that I really liked. So I thought we could kind of use it as a starting point. So why don't we, okay, so I think we'll do like this one and then maybe this one from down here. And these are just kind of like suggestions. Elements of Text is one of your favorites, Stephanie says. It is totally, I've become like, I think you could pull it out and put it on almost anything, to be super honest with you. Because the fun thing is, right, you can't actually read it, and then you can adapt it to any kind of color for whatever. It works on cards, it works on scrapbooking pages, it would work in a mini album, like all of those things, right? So here, if I was going to use it, I would probably pick like some of the pastel-y stuff. I don't know that I really need it because there's actually like quite a bit on the backgrounds already. But let's say I used up all 8 of these card bases. I could kind of then also create my own if I had extra embellishments left over. Okay, so I think actually these are all really pretty, but we're going to do this one second and we'll do like one just as is, how they actually show you to do it, except for right, we have to change the sentiment. Okay, so for this one, and then I did 2 color combinations of the wishing, right? So one is actually, so it's crumb cake and black, basic black. So, and they're just the reverse of each other. So there's like a shadow and then the script, right? So this one is black on crumb cake, and this is then crumb cake on black. So we'll use one of each of those on the cards. Okay, so for the first card, we're going to use this really pretty background here. Okay, so I just need one of those. Oh, so it has you do some stamping on the envelope. We could actually do that. So they use this envelope. Oh, and that's kind of neat. See, like I told you, honestly, I had not even opened it yet. But we'll do the envelope first. And I have not used this stamp set yet, so I should probably get a little piece of paper to test my stamping. Okay, and we're not going to do this sentiment, right? The for you. We're going to add our happy birthday on there. Okay, so as far as blocks go, so these are just, obviously I have quite a few of them, right? Because I have lots of kits. So they're exactly the same as the ones in the kit. I just have not taken that one out of the plastic bag yet. But, okay, here we go. And then I grabbed crumb cake, and then I do have black, right? Because I did the crumb cake and black together too. So, and I've just grabbed my big one. So, let me just see. Do I see a scrap piece of paper? There's literally always paper all over my office. So, let's just see here. What can I stamp on here? Okay, here we go. It's like a project sheet, right? So oh yeah, I like that. Super pretty, right? And it kind of goes right in there with the elements of text one. Okay. And then we have our little butterfly moth. Okay, so on their envelope, and both the stamps work awesome, so there we go. We are going to add the texture first. And if you wanted to do a lot of texture, right, because this stamp is the same, like you wouldn't want to like stamp right across. You'd want to probably change the direction every once in a while. Just put that over there, and hopefully I won't put my hand in it. Okay, so we're not going to do, right, we're not going to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to just kind of make the, so there, that's super pretty, right? So when they go to open their card, they'll see that nice little detail. Okay, so we have this card base. And so the one thing I'm also going to say about this is there is directional, like you can actually tell the direction of the text. So you might want to be careful. Make sure that when you're assembling your card that you have your text going in the right direction, right? So, because I can see here this word, and if you don't cover it up and then it was upside down or backwards, right? It's kind of a little bit different. So that would be the only thing I would say. Okay, so we're going to use this piece, which almost looks like cherry blossoms, but they're crumb cake color. So it's going like that. We need the little pink banner. But because everything goes together, I don't really think you could go wrong with this, right? So we'll use that. And then we've got some florals here. So the floral sheet. So it kind of reminds me of like the mix and match ephemera, which I also love. So they used let's see if it is actually a piece of vellum. No? Oh, here it is. Of course. So this one and tall, skinny, pink one. You know, like I'm sure I'm like staring right at it, but let's look for, okay, so it's this butterfly that they used. Oh, it's a piece of vellum. See, it's because it's see-through. I couldn't see it. Okay. So you can see here, right, what they've done is they've kind of mixed and matched the textures. So you'll see there's no embellishments on these cards. Like it did not come with like gems or twine or anything like that. So we could totally add that. So let's just see as we go here. Okay. So, and then ours is going to be a little bit different, right? Because I have obviously a bigger sentiment, like they're just using a little tiny tag. And so for this one, let me just look at what we're going to do for the second one there. Maybe we'll use this one. Okay. So let's just see. I'm like, that's not even the right color combination because it's the other one. Okay, so this one we are going to, I'm going to use on the other one. I think I have, okay, so this is what I'm feeling here. And I'm going to move my butterfly around. Okay, but we can start actually adding some of this stuff on here. So this is my bottom layer. And you can use the tape that comes in the kit. I'm just going to save the tape and because I have, right, like adhesive. So I'm just going to use my seal. There we go. And they kind of have it like partway up. And because it is straight on the bottom, I want it to read as being straight. So let's just make sure it is actually straight. Because I would hate to build my card all the way up and then realize that my bottom element is not straight. Ask me how I know, right? Happens all the time. So I do try and make sure that at least my bottom piece is straight and centered, relatively close. Okay, and then we'll add the little dovetailed piece. Very pretty. Okay, and mine, I want it up a little bit. I'm wondering, maybe I should grab some embellishments. I'm thinking we need some more embellishments. Okay, so let's grab, well, because you know I love it, and it goes with the kit. Let's do some linen thread. And what should we pick that sparkles? Oh, I know. Okay, I have an open one. Let's do the antique pearls. Like, how perfect is that? Yes, yes, yes. And literally I have a kit and it's literally a mess over my desk already. Okay, so let's do, okay, we're going to, let's add our flowers and then we'll add our twine, I think. So I have this one. And this kind of goes all the way from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to add glue dots. I like to use glue dots with vellum because I always know that I can relatively easily hide them. Plus, I need my glue dots out for my linen thread anyway. So, a couple of glue dots. Are a good thing. So has anybody else started playing with it? So with this heirloom arrangement. So there's also today, which I thought was funny. I'm pretty sure it was today or yesterday. There was a post with adding it to. No, that wasn't it. But yes, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Sarah, like the CEO, came on and was talking about the challenge, the creative challenge. And I can hear the dinging in the background, but I cannot see the comments yet. So just give me a second. I'm sure they will populate. Okay, so I'm going to add this. So I'm kind of feeling like I want this to pop over. I don't even know that you're going to see it, but like I like that. Okay, so let's get some twine action happening here. So I'll just cut myself a length about 10 inches. And I just, there they are. Because I closed them up and moved them out of the way, right? Okay, so if you want to have control over your twine, you can run it through your bone folder and it'll take a lot, like it won't take all the kinks out, but it kind of brings it under control. And so I'm just trying to decide how tight a circle I want here. And then I'm just going to throw it on a glue dot here. Okay. And then we have our other pieces here, right? So I think I'm moving that up there. And I think I said we're going to use this one. I was also thinking we could just do this on the front and then add the you a happy birthday on the inside. And there we go. I like that. Okay, so let's add some things down here. So my little silicone mat, because I'm addicted. I love the fact that nothing sticks to it. Okay. Here we go. Let's just see if I am straight still. Okay, and I did like 4 layers of black there, and then the skinny one I just did 1 layer of crumb cake. But I was not gonna like cut up I wanted a little bit of height, right? But I was not going to cut up little tiny pieces of dimensional to put on the back there. So I just cut up ran my cardstock through a couple of times so that there's like some weight to this. And so my goal here is to kind of I think I need to move it over just a little tiny bit. There we go. So I wanted to kind of nestle it right underneath. Okay, so let's just put the block on it for a second. And, oh, I think we should use some Wink of Stella because we can, right? So I have this little tiny block that I've squeezed Wink of Stella on before. So I just let it dry on the side because I have lots of blocks. And then I can kind of just use that same block all the time. Sometimes I like to have just a little bit more control over my Wink of Stella going down. There we go. And let's do these flowers because we can. And maybe I'll just, I don't even know if you're going to see this in the end, but I'll do these ones too. And then, okay, I'm going to move my envelope up, but let's splatter. So, and then if I need, like if my brush doesn't have any on it, I can just pick up a little bit off my block without having to squeeze it and then it being out of control, right? There we go. I know you guys will not be able to see that, but I can. So there's just, you could, if it does catch the light there. Okay, so now I'm going to add my twine, my linen thread. So like when I'm working on a workshop, I do like a whole string of these, so I can do as many as I potentially have or need for like the whole workshop, and I'll just lay out my string of dots and pop them down, and then I don't have to do it every single time I am like get to that point on my layout. Like I can just put 2 or 4 or whatever in the pile that goes for that page. And then these glue dots are a little bit big for this, but, and I'm actually thinking we're going to tuck it a little bit underneath. Yeah, right here. And the glue dot will not only help the twine stay in place, just need to get the glue dot in the right spot. There we go. I'm going to tuck another little glue dot in behind that H there because I glued it down, right? But I can feel my glue popping up a little bit because I did not let it dry even for a second. So there we go. I can just tuck it in there. Okay, so now I'm going to add my butterfly right there. Oh, it's so pretty. And let's put her on a dimensional or 2. Actually, I'm going to put one just right in the middle of her body. And then and I just kind of curled her wings a little bit with my bone folder. I'm just going to tuck her right in there. So, oh, I love it. Okay, and then let's add some, and I like these, right, because there's 3 different sizes on them too. So we're going to do a big one up here and a little one, and then the medium-sized one down here. Okay, so that is super pretty. So like I started right with like completely according to like their plan, and I just added it to suit what I needed it for. So there we go. For this weekend, I have my card and envelope ready to go. So then the other one I thought we might do, because I need a second card for a gift that's going like being delivered. We're going to play with this little sketch right there, or layout, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so that's perfect. We're going to use a different colored base because I love the pink bases. So here are my bases. Sorry, I need a sip of water. I'm very, very dry after getting back from the desert. My throat, my body is dry, my hair is dry, everything is dry, my skin is dry. Okay, so this is super pretty, the little pink one. Same thing. We'll fold it, and then we'll gather our pieces. Okay, so that we have. So then they have like a tag or something under there. This one. Very pretty. I think this is like a fun little puzzle to play with, right? How to mix and match all the pieces. Okay, maybe we'll add some text onto this one. Let's just find our other pieces here. Okay, so it's this floral. And then I think it's a single flower. This one maybe. And then this little label here. And then our butterflies. So we have these 2, which of course we will add a wink of Stella onto too. Okay, so these are the pieces for this one. And yes, I think we are going to, just picking up my pieces here. And I'm just going to throw them back in my box so that we have a little more organized chaos here going on. I don't lose them. Okay, and then this is what we're going to use here. And so I have 2 here on crumb cake. I have one that is then stamped in pecan pie. Or I have one that I stamped in black. But I think I like that one. So I'm going to actually put those behind me because we don't need them. Let's just see here. I don't need this because we're not going to pick another color. We are going to move this out of our way. So let's use one of these. So I'm actually going to use this big huge one because I can, and There we go. And move this out of the way. And I'm actually just going to use it like right there. And okay, so one of the bonus things too about this stamp set is even if you didn't ink it all up, like so that you got like a crisp stamp, right? This one, because of like the nature of the stamp set, looks awesome even if it's like distressed, even if parts are missing, first, second generation, all of those things. So you really don't have to worry about it. Like I said, it's totally fun. And then I'm wondering if we should do just a little but I think I'm going to use Pretty in Pink. As long as I can find it. Yes, we can. So, right, we can just add in all the layers that we want. So this is just now the inside. So just kind of off the edge like that. And I might even add a little bit more on the bottom. And then I can even, so this is now like second generation, right? And third generation. And like I said, it kind of looks really good because it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just we're adding some more stuff in there, basically. Okay. So we'll start with this bottom layer. And we're going to go way over here. And same thing, I'm just going to make sure we're kind of square. There we go. Okay, so then this is like my next biggest element, but I want to put some twine. So let's just add it on a glue dot. Okay, so it can just sit here until we're ready. And so let's add this. And I'm going to add this flat, I think, because we have these two things also going on here. So I actually am going to put this down first. Sorry, that was super loud. There we go. And so I think I want this about here. Okay, so let's add some adhesive on here. And I'm not going to push this down just yet until I position my wishing. Okay, so here we go. And my linen thread here. There we go. And okay, I need to move that to the side. This can go up there. And I am going to just add, because I left that sitting on my desk for a little bit with the glue underneath, I feel like I'm just going to add a glue dot under here. And okay, there we go. Then we're going to add some, so I have this flower that they had over here. But I'm going to add mine over there, I think. Woo! No, I might want to put it actually here. Okay, I'm actually going to add it in there. And there we go. Yeah, I like that. Just kind of another layer there. Okay, so let's add some Wink of Stella onto our butterflies here. And I'm just going to kind of curl them up a little bit. And here it is, my Wink of Stella. And same thing, well, I give these a second to dry because it actually does not take very long at all. I'm just going to splatter my card. I can just put this underneath, right? Yes, so pretty. Okay, and same thing, right? You do have dimensional, so let's use some. And I'm just adding it like really right to the middle of the body, and it will not show because of where I'm positioning it. And you can put it right there. And then the pink one. And if you needed to, you could cut them, but they kind of just are the perfect size. I want mine to kind of go more like that. Okay, and then all I need to do is add my pearls on there. So I am going to add 3 again, at least 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So that's that one with a little bit of extra stuff added to it, right? So we did some more background stamping. There's the little splatter stamp on the inside. There's the twine and the pearls and Wink of Stella on there. And now I have my 2 extra birthday cards that I needed before the weekend. So need to turn down some of the lights because it's like I'm in got headlights onto me right now. So that's what I've got for you guys today. If you have not checked out this kit, it is beautiful, and I think it's such a fun concept in the fact that really what they kind of want you to do is do playing with the mix and match ephemera packs, but it's on a smaller scale and you get everything all in one box, right? So your printed envelopes, your pieces, they can all mix and match. They all go together. You don't have to add anything more, but like I said, I just wanted mine to be birthday cards. So I added some extra stamping and die cutting the extras we added were a little bit of cardstock, right? So some crumb cakes cardstock, some black cardstock, some white cardstock. We used the Elements of Text stamp set, and then the Delightful Wishes stamp and thin dies. So the bundle. Then we used linen twine, Wink of Stella, and the antique pearls. So I'm going to take some pictures of the cards and you'll see them probably posted here on my Facebook page, and eventually they'll make their way up onto my blog. So if you are looking for any information about me, or anything I do, you make sure to stop by my blog at chrisscreativelife.com. And I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.